What is up, my dudes? Today's episode, we have our draft guide preview, doing a Mount Rushmore at the end on frozen foods. And we got the huddle in the middle as always. Everything is bookmarked in the show notes. Today, I am joined by Jordan, Phil, and Seth. We have our draft guide preview. We're going to talk about some first round predictions. It is officially NFL draft week. If you missed our first round mock draft, go check that out on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts, or go to www.thefantasyfootballdudes.com. Sign up for the Dudes letter. Got a little bi-weekly, a little email that goes straight to your inbox with some good stuff there. Guys, if you check the show notes, we can jump right into this. A lot of stuff to talk about in the huddle. Lots of stuff here with the draft. Phil, how are you doing, buddy? You hanging in there?
I'm good. I'm hanging in there. I feel like I hit you with the ultimate diss today. You and I were in a group chat, and then you said something that was just wildly out of bounds. And I said, come on, man, wake up. I think we did a Mount Rushmore of put downs. And I think telling someone to wake up and get their head out of the sand, those are two great, absolutely great comebacks or maybe put downs. Would you agree with that, Trent?
I think get your head out of the sand is definitely better than wake up. I don't dislike wake up, though.
Yeah, wake up's good. Dude, wake up. Let's go, brother. Get it together.
Wake up.
I think it's good.
Coffee. No, it's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Smell the roses. What'd you think about those steaks that I sent to the group right now, Jordan? How good did those puppies look?
They're not cooked, for one. So it's out.
You got to take a look at the marbling, my friend.
He wants you to look at the marbling. So when we do our frozen foods, Mount Rushmore, he can say that as one because he threw those in the microwave for about 45 minutes. So,
yeah.
Anyways,
I've never seen a guy pull so many steaks out of an air fryer before.
Yeah. I will add that. Don't hate too much on the air fryer, Seth, but those steaks definitely look too good for the air fryer. I will throw a picture of those steaks up on YouTube or Spotify. Give us a like. Give us a sub at TFF Dudes. Remember, don't be rude. Share the dudes. Give us a if you like those steaks that Phil shared right there. Phil, I'll just ask. So I have your permission to show the picture of the steaks? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. That is Phil raised. Phil is, that is a Phil raised steak. Let's get in the draft guide though, Phil. We can talk about all this, all these
handicap steak routine.
Yeah.
Why are you, Phil? All right, let's go into it. Go ahead.
I have a couple of stuff. I got a little shout out for Short Kings out there. We'll cover that in the huddle. And then it's a legitimate good thing to talk about NFL wise. Okay. Like the guy might be taller than most of us as well.
Are you saying Jordan and I might live longer or something because we're...
No, it's just a player that's kind of small for his position. I thought we should discuss it.
And also, just kind of a side note, Jordan is currently just completely engulfed in the NBA playoffs right now.
I think it's WNBA.
No, it's the Clippers-Nuggets game. We got 3 minutes left. I was sweating out my Jokic triple double bet. No, I'm a Lakers fan, but
okay.
I had Jokic triple double bet. Catch that. I need Jamal Murray 5 more points to get his 25 plus. So
alrighty.
I don't know. Watching the game.
All right. Head over to Underdog Fantasy promo code Dudes. Match up to $1,000. Great place for your NBA plays. They'll probably have some draft plays. MLB, best ball, which we'll be doing a best ball draft very soon, guys. Head over to Underdog Fantasy promo code Dudes. Match up to $1,000. This is just kind of to get the creative juices flowing for the draft discussions. Send it to your buddy right when you sit down for that draft party. I know most of us will be together. I bet Seth has like a LARPing deal, or he's watching anime or something on Thursday night. Hoping Seth will be there. Phil invited a ton of people.
I have a wedding rehearsal.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow, that is absolutely terrible. Okay,
they're
going to serve. But they're serving you dinner at least, right?
Yeah, are you getting dinner?
Yeah. You're getting dinner at least. Yes.
Wait, is this the hors d'oeuvres one? This is the heavy hors d'oeuvres.
Jordan, the guy's mom listens to this thing. Let's just throw the guy a bone here. Yeah.
So essentially, you're going to get the same food. You're going to get worse food than what we'll be getting at the draft party.
Possibly. We'll see.
Don't worry. We'll send you.
Trent's cooking, so I don't know if it could get much worse than that.
So bring your air fryer and extension cord, Phil. You can cook your steaks, buddy.
Hey, last time that I threw a party at your house, I had to cook those smash burger tacos.
I seriously wish I could deny
said that were terrible.
Deny that.
No,
all right, let me get into the
first
first
one.
You said that you wouldn't eat one.
Yeah.
I said they're not tacos, they're hamburgers.
Yeah. And then then he said he liked them before the third rooster crowed. So, Phil, Get us into this here, man.
Little
This
Easter
is just
reference
get
there.
the draft party, creative juices flowing. You can be like, hey, that Trent guy was right. Hey, Seth was right. Too bad he's at a wedding rehearsal dinner right now. Just some questions you can kind of
Heavy
ask
hors d'oeuvres.
pre-draft. Yeah, stuff like that. Remember, don't be rude. Share the dudes. Phil, first
All right,
question.
so
just kind of break
total
the ice.
offensive players drafted in the first round, over or under 15.5. So will there be more than 15 offensive players drafted? And are we counting Travis Hunter as an offensive player or as a defensive player?
I think I would.
He's listed as a defensive player and everything.
Okay, so Vegas has him as a defensive player. Do we think that there's more than 15? Go ahead, Trent. Go ahead, Jordan.
I mean, I can look at like the ESPN DraftCast, but like I'm pretty sure NFL has him as a cornerback. I'm pretty sure everyone like for the draft. Let's see here. ESPN has Travis Hunter as a cornerback.
Okay, so that would not play as a wide receiver there. So that's one less. That is one less offensive player that you're working with. So what are we thinking here? Jordan, you think more than 15.5?
Under.
You think under. Trent?
I am gonna go with. I'll go with over, just to have something to cheer against Jordan with at the party.
I'm going under.
You're going
Phil,
under. Okay.
You gonna ride with me, Phil?
Trent?
I can keep you. You ask if you want to keep track of it?
No, I'm just asking if we're actually keeping track of it because you said you wanted to root against me. So
Yeah, I'll keep. I will
so
just.
NFL.com has him listed as a cornerback and a wide receiver. So I don't know how that. It probably depends on like where you're actually. So I don't know how that works.
Okay. All right,
Are
so-
you eating crow a little bit there,
going
Jordan, or what
under.
would you?
No, I'm just saying I'm going under. I don't know though. I'm
Okay.
going under.
And this next one, I was counting Travis Hunter as a wide receiver, so I was just saying excluding him as a wide receiver. But Phil, you can go number 2. But this was an excluding Travis Hunter pick here.
So will a wide receiver crack the top 10 this year?
I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna say no, unless
It
something.
all depends on where McMillan goes, I think.
Yeah, I think if Genty ends up getting sniped a little earlier, like if Patriots take him, I think maybe that starts an effect where teams scramble and wide receivers start going. If Genty ends up, I know they're picked to take the lineman, the Campbell, right? But if the Patriots do something crazy, because think of it, Mike Vrabel drafted Derrick Henry. He used Derrick Henry. He likes having a good running back. That's always kind of been his forte. So I wouldn't be surprised if Vrabel just takes this generational running back early on. And then when that happens, I could see everybody scramble. McMillan gets moved up. So I'm going to say that one, just for content, I'll say, one wide receiver cracks top 10 because I think it wouldn't shock me if Genty ends up becoming a New England Patriot.
That would shock me, Trent. So I don't see it.
Yeah.
I think there's no wide receivers in the top 10. I think McMillan's going to go to the Cowboys at 12.
Since you said that, Jordan, I'm seeing that more and more. And I don't know if that's because you kind of put that in my algo or what happened, but I wouldn't hate that.
I am going no.
Okay, Seth?
I'm like on the border, but I lean no, I think. I don't think. Yeah, I don't. Really, I think a lot of the mock drafts, having guys where they're going, I feel pretty good about them. Obviously, it's going to be right, but I feel like a lot of guys projected where they're going to be is actually where they're going to be. Sounds pretty stupid, but.
So what did you say right there?
You're saying no?
I just said I actually think the draft's going to go how they're predicting, and it's probably wrong.
Seth, don't let him talk to you like that. Just go back at him in like the most politically correct way possible, please.
Mr. Heavy
Small
hors d'oeuvres.
person.
I don't know what I just was clarifying what you said. I think people were kind of like confused at what you said. It made sense once you clarified. All right, he's thinking about those heavy hors d'oeuvres.
Seth, just don't come and have them like, Seth, you've been in a wedding before. You could probably tell the people how to do it. Like, you don't need to be at the rehearsal dinner.
Yeah, I know I don't, but probably should just go.
To my house? Yes, you should just come to my house. You're right.
You should bring a plate of hors d'oeuvres.
Seth,
No.
be a man and come to my draft party. I don't know what your deal is with hanging out with us.
I don't know.
Should we just like Photoshop Seth in, kind of like what they did at Easter party that I saw on X the other day? Just have our draft party and have Seth in a suit and tie in the back. Hey, the people be like, "Is Seth? Did he wear a suit and tie there? Or do you guys Photoshop him in?" I don't know. I thought that was
Both could be true. Both could
Yeah.
be true. We could easily see Seth wearing a suit and tie, or we could see him jogging over to the
think I
party
own
with
a
no shirt
tie.
on.
Seth, you have
you-
to have a clip on.
Yeah, I don't. I just have. I don't think I have ties. I think I have just bow ties and that's it.
That's a whole nother issue.
Is that what you're repping to this wedding? A bow tie?
I'm not wearing a tie.
No, you're
It's
not wearing a
probably not
tie,
even
no.
in the wedding. He's probably serving at this wedding reception. Honestly, like it's probably like a
Bartender.
side hustle.
Yeah,
Side
bartender,
hustle.
Yeah, he's making
keg
Yeah.
tapper.
making balloons, balloon shape.
There we go. All right. Will a team trade up into the top 5? So will a team trade up into the top 5? Just as a friendly reminder. Shoot. Will a team trade up to the top 5? Right now, the top 5 is Titans, Browns, Giants, Patriots, and Jacksonville Jaguars. Will a team trade up to one of those positions?
Have you guys seen the Eagles buzz going around? Has anyone seen that?
No.
No one.
I
no one's
haven't.
seen-
No.
So again, this is another Vrabel thing. There's rumors that Mike Vrabel still regrets losing AJ Brown, how he lost him with the Titans. Vrabel was mad about AJ Brown. He wanted to keep AJ Brown. You could tell him the draft night when he got traded, he wasn't happy with it. It's just the situations he's in, the cards that were dealt. There's a lot of people thinking that Vrabel might trade that pick I talked to you about, which was 4, correct? To the Eagles.
Yeah.
For AJ Brown. And in exchange, the Eagles would get Abdul Carter, which would be. What do you think of that? Do you think that's worth it? They get
I don't
this
think that
Wait.
makes sense.
if
Wait,
he's
say it
there.
again.
So what a lot of
Luke
rumors
Carter's
are
not going to
saying,
be there, though. He's not
Yeah.
going to be there.
if he's there, is what they were saying, that he would do that for
Oh,
AJ
so
Brown.
number 4 pick comes around. Abdul has not been picked. And then he says, hey, like they pick up the phone and call him. Like, hey, if he's available, we'll
Yeah.
give you this pick for AJ Brown.
yeah.
The problem with this is that it's not overly far fetched because AJ Brown was like, he wasn't totally happy after the Super
I
Bowl.
don't
Did you
think that
kinda
AJ Brown can command the 4th overall pick. I don't think
It-
he's worth that.
And you see AJ Brown was wearing a Patriots jersey or something on Friday. He's a huge Patriots fan. There's a lot of weird stuff about it. So I believe on Saturday, AJ Brown posted a picture with a brown Patriots jersey or something crazy, something weird.
There would have Trent. There would have to be more added to that trade. Like,
I
don't
think
know.
there was I think it was the Eagles first as well. So they'd get the 32 pick. There was a little bit
I
more.
still
into
don't
it.
think that's enough. I don't think that's enough for the 4th overall pick.
It'd be an interesting offense for the Patriots.
Do you
with-
think the Eagles would be a Super Bowl contending team without AJ Brown though?
with that defensive line, if they had Abdul Carter and those guys they got in the middle, and doesn't Abdul Carter, he's like a diehard Eagles fan also. See the guy that got the championship sweatshirt with his last name on it this year when they won the Super Bowl? Penn State guy. So it's not.
I'm
It's-
going to say there's no trade, Trent. I don't think. I think you're crazy, but
The other trade would be
no one's trading it at the top.
no. So you don't think any trades at all in the first round, Jordan?
You didn't say first round. You said top 5.
Yeah, the
Sorry.
question was
Okay,
top
well,
five.
like,
there's
team
another. I'm gonna
Trade
repeat-
up into the top.
If you look at the show doc, Jordan, there's 2 questions.
Well, we're not on that question.
Okay.
We're on this
Okay,
one.
okay. Man, sorry about your.
I'm
nuggets.
not like half paying attention to you talking, watching this game, and I still know what's going on.
All right.
I'm gonna say
sorry.
no in the top 5, but yes in the first round.
Yeah,
I'm saying no also.
I'm gonna say yes, just because I'll go for it. No one ever gets these, like Seth thinking that he agrees with all the mock drafts right now. Like that never happens. Or when the Texans did they get the 2nd and 3rd or something 2 years ago? Something crazy when they got Stroud and Anderson. Like sometimes just crazy things happen.
Here's the problem, Trent, is that teams only trade up into the top 5 for quarterbacks, and there's no quarterbacks that people are going to trade up for in the top 5.
You're right. There's no quarterbacks other than maybe the guy going to the Titans, and I don't even know if he's someone that people are like going gaga over either.
No.
Yeah. A lot of teams are kicking the tires on Will Levis. I know we always bring up Will Levis on this Will Levis pod.
Full Levis pod for sure.
Yeah. So I'm the only yes again. This is just me versus the world tonight, huh?
I guess so. And we also should do a segment on Jordan who hurt you. He was ready to fight Trent right now.
Yeah. Hurt you.
Virtually.
Yeah. Who is it? We'll just start naming Nuggets players. It's Jokic, and who's the other guys on the team? And
Jockey. Who is the other guy?
Murray ended up 2 points short.
Oh,
yeah, that's why.
Moment of
That's
silence.
why.
Moment of silence.
And to be honest, I was hoping that they'd force overtime, and they missed 2 threes at the buzzer to lose.
That is a terrible feeling, being on Underdog, sleeper, just being like praying for overtime. Like, it's just, what are the odds actually of like games going into overtime? Probably higher in the NBA. But there's just so many times you're watching a game, you're like, all right, I need overtime here, boys. Let's get overtime. And this thing can still hit. We're 5 yards short. Just takes one play. What are the actual, is it a 2% chance a game goes into overtime? I want to know like what the percentage of games that going into overtime.
Sure,
like 1%?
I'm sure in playoffs, it's probably higher than regular season for sure in any sport.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's an interesting question.
Yeah, I would like to know all-time NFL game, like percent chance something goes in overtime. It's got to be less than 1%.
In the playoffs, you think so?
No, not playoffs. I was just saying NFL games in general.
Okay.
Like it's probably like maybe a 2% chance or something crazy. So just something that
Something to think about.
But it's just everybody who does Underdog and all that stuff, even fantasy football, your season long, you're just like, all right, gonna take a miracle here. But with overtime, it's absolutely possible. I had a big win last year where I needed Bryce Young to rush for over 18 and a half rushing yards. And it was a yard short, went to overtime, and he went over. And it was just like, it was just like dove ascending from the heavens when that overtime hit. You're like, okay, we got a chance, but they got to win the coin toss too, right? So a lot of things got to go right. All right, Phil, next one we got here, buddy.
I knew for some reason or another it was a bet didn't hit. Who hurt you? Bet didn't go through, which is why he was
bet didn't hit.
There.
Of course not, and he's just going to take it out on me, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want anyone to get hurt. I can take the verbal abuse.
Yeah, and if I'm going to direct my hate or frustration at someone on this pod, it's definitely going to be you. Like I can, these sweet faces that Jordan and Seth give me every single week, I just couldn't do it to them. You, on the other hand, happy to dealt some anger your way. All right, skilled positions taken in the top 10, over or under 5. So just as a quick heads up, skilled positions, Seth, are someone who carries or catches or potentially throws the ball. So do you think over or under 5 players?
Kickers are not in there, guys.
I got under.
I'm going under here as well.
Top 10, Cam Ward. Does Shedeur get in there? I don't think so. Genty. Man, I hate that I have to try to be the one different than you guys. 5.5 is a high number. I'm going to say under. I got to go under here.
Yeah,
I think
I'm going under
too
too.
much.
What is I would imagine it's like minus what, Jordan, on that? Can you pull that stat?
I don't even know if let's see if my book has that.
That might be something that's just
for funsies.
Yeah,
that's all right.
Also,
How many?
Guys, today's episode is brought to you by our friends over at Trophy Smack. Head over to trophysmack.com/dudes. 15% off your whole entire custom order. Maybe you're one of those guys that's always wanted a bust of Patrick Mahomes on your office desk. Kind of weird. I know those guys are out there though. They have that at Trophy Smack. Maybe you want to make a plaque of yourself with just like your fancy football achievements or like perfect attendance at school that you had in grammar school. I don't know. Any kind of custom award, trophy, participation ribbon, last place awards, last place ribbons, bumper stickers, custom toppers. You could change that trophy every single year. And the toppers, you can even use them as a birthday cake topper. Kind of versatile there. Trophysmack.com/dudes. 15% off, guys. Head over there. Tell them the dude sent you. Also, go over to Sleeper, our absolute best place our favorite place to do mock drafts, fantasy football leagues. Enter promo code DUDES100. They have dynamic payouts, guys. Some really nice multipliers there. MLB, NBA. You can sweat out these plays with Jordan in the basketball playoffs. Lots of fun. Head over to Sleeper. Tell your commissioner you want to take your whole league over there as Jordan. Did you find something similar to that or no?
I can't. I don't see anything like that.
I kind of made that one up. It was just kind of a draft guide, no little party favor. I thought there. And
No,
Phil
it's not bad.
Yeah, Phil keeps asking me for party favor bags at this draft. I don't know. I figured like me hosting and having food should be enough, but I don't even know what these party favor bags have. Are you wanting me to put up a pinata, Phil?
I was hoping you were just going to put up like one of those indoor basketball little deals so we could play some hoop basketball in there.
Not a terrible
You know
idea.
what I'm
Might go
talking
one
about?
outside. We've had cornhole in the past till the wee hours.
We
of the
also
morning.
had the little, what was that ping pong game? Like
Oh yeah,
where the
pepper
ball
pong's
dies?
pretty good. Yeah,
Pepper pong. Yeah.
all
Pepper pong,
things
was
that
good.
Seth always continually misses out for because of wedding reception. We need to start asking Seth for pictures because like he does all this stuff, but I don't even know if it's really true.
Remember when that fuel?
No, that's true.
Remember when that airplane was fueling up that other one and Seth thought it was driving it back to the base? That was so embarrassing.
We're not explaining that on the pod.
That's so dumb. That is so dumb. That's not.
Was that
true.
Seth or Jordan? I can't remember who that
was
was.
you, Phil. That was. I don't even. I hate that you even brought that up.
What are you grilling?
That is still up for debate. But what I will say is, I'm one of those guys, and maybe it's just because I'm a Cowboys fan, but I actually like the NFL draft, I think, more than the Super Bowl. It's just a little bit more low key. It's kind of just the guys hanging out. Vibes are always high. Food is good. Super Bowl seems a little bit more.
Bracelets.
Yeah, maybe. I don't even.
Trent
know
only feels that way because Zootopia has better odds of winning Best Picture than the Cowboys do of winning the Super Bowl. So
That is not true, Seth. Is that true? What are the odds?
Someone did send that to us. I will say someone did send that. Listener Aaron sent that also to me and Trent.
What are the
Dallas Cowboys plus 7,500 and Zootopia Best Picture at the Academy Awards plus 65.
Okay. To be fair, Zootopia 1 was really good. So that could kind of make sense to me. Is the rabbit
So no
coming
wonder
back?
why the guy likes the draft.
Maybe we'll get a
Yeah.
better pick next year. Is there
There
any
was
other
there was
team-
some actually some good. Someone else threw a pretty wild odd that was more likely to happen than the City Cowboys winning the Super Bowl. And I'm
What?
not sure if I
What movie is this?
Zootopia,
What movie?
Zootopia 2. Is there any other teams?
It's not on there.
It's not on there. So did someone just make that up? Because that was going crazy.
might
on
have
the
been.
X today.
Yeah,
It
Best
might have been. That's
picture,
right.
best actor, best what?
Picture.
What are we looking at? Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah.
Tons of people were tagging me at TFF Dudes on X in the post about how Zootopia 2 has a better chance to win Best Movie than the Dallas Cowboys to win a Super Bowl, which is great.
Oh,
because-
hold on.
Picture, yeah,
Let me look at this. Academy Awards? Is it literally the Academy Awards?
yeah, it's
right?
Academy
So
Awards.
Okay.
Academy.
I'm on DraftKings. DraftKings might have it. Zootopia 2, 65 plus 6,500. Is that what you said? It says
And the
65,
Cowboys
yeah.
are plus 7,500.
Are there any teams that have worse odds than the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl?
Browns likely.
Cowboys are 75 to 1. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Cardinals, Dolphins, Patriots. Yeah. Jaguars have worse odds.
So we are not telling anyone
Yeah.
to bet on Zootopia being best motion film either, even though it'll probably be really good. Seth, were you saying
What?
something? No, I just thought you were
No.
about to say something.
Zootopia is always really good, just for what it's worth. It's a good show.
Oh, it's not. I don't know if it's
how-
best motion picture worthy, but
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But it's just a nice, you get a little bit of za on a Friday and everyone just, I hate that I said
Man,
that.
just
All
get
right,
to the
let's
next
move on.
question,
I
bro.
hate that you're
How
on this
many-
pod, right? And if you agree with that, go ahead and give us a like on YouTube. TFD.
How many trades in
If
the
we get
first
enough, we'll
round?
kick Phil off.
Yeah.
If we hit 3 likes, we'll kick him off. How many trades? in
Man,
the
I'm gonna
first-
like it.
Yeah, how many
How many
trades
trades-
in the
Yeah, on
first
the
round?
Twitter account that you no longer have because you couldn't be responsible. YouTube.
I'm gonna say, do we have any odds on trades in the first round, Jordan? Would 3.5 be way too high? 2.5? I'm gonna say 3 trades
I'm
in the
going
first
2.
round.
Yeah,
I'm
I
going
agree with
2.
Seth too. I'm going with Seth too.
That's 2. What do you think?
I'm gonna go.
Trent, you said 3?
I said 3.
I'm gonna go 2.
I'm gonna just look.
2.5 is probably the line. I don't have that anything like that.
Okay,
Okay.
so
All
just
right,
searching,
QBs
just doing a
oh, go
quick
ahead.
search here. Last year's first round was slightly fewer than 2022. So 20. I just want a total number. There was quite a bit last year because the Vikings and Jets did a trade for JJ McCarthy. Then the Vikings traded up, getting number 17, get Dallas Turner. Yeah, there was a lot last year. There was, I think there was 6 last year in the first round.
I don't know if it's going to be as turbulent this year, Trent.
Yeah, unless Genty and Hampton go right off the board quick, and someone wants to get another running back, maybe, or Loveland and Warren go right away. But I don't see a third tight end going in the first round. Do you know what I'm saying? So it would have to be like a run of 4 QBs go right away. So
I'm really looking forward to Genty. It's going to be cool watching him play. Anything else you want to add on here?
no, I think
All
I
right.
kind of like Jordan said too. Also,
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
honestly, I feel
QB
like the first round I feel will be kind of lame if there's only two picks, 2 trades. Do you guys agree
Yeah.
with that?
No, I don't know.
I like the drama.
Do we
Yeah.
agree or disagree that Trent is going to be cooking pineapple brats? I feel like it's a hard yes. Trent's a pineapple brat guy.
I do like those, but since you just don't know good food or culinary, Phil, I will not be cooking them because I'm not going to bless you with those. You don't deserve them. You're ungrateful and unappreciative and more than slightly annoying.
I think most
It's just
people would agree
annoying.
with that statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Seth. All right. QB's taken in the first round, over or under 3.5.
Under. Easy. It's going to be 3.
I'm saying under as well. Jordan?
Man, it's just, do you think Milrow goes in the first round? There's been a lot of
No.
buzz about him. Man. I think I'll go over. I'll beat Trent on this one. I'll just say over.
I'm gonna go under here, even though I don't. They invited Milrow, and I know everyone's if you think you're gonna get drafted, you have to go and be there. I think they only invited him just for drama. I think this is rude. This is like trying to make it like. What do you think, Jordan?
I'll just say this: he's 2-1 to go in the first round. That's the same. It's Luther Burden's plus 180, Mason Taylor's plus 125. So I mean, he's not that far. Like 2-1's nothing. It's not crazy. It's not like way out there. You know what I'm saying? It's not crazy, I guess, is what I'll say.
Yeah, I just don't know where I would see him going in the first round. That's where I'm having my problems. Is I'm not sure who takes him.
Who was the team they said really liked him? That came out. Who did they say was really intrigued with them? The Seahawks.
Yeah,
Wow.
but you don't think they could get him in the second?
not
maybe.
with-
Yeah, not second. They'd have to. Maybe.
Who was it? Was it the Seahawks that said they really liked him?
Let me start looking here.
Yeah, it was the
Raiders.
Seahawks.
Some of the Seahawks, the Raiders like him.
Man, that would be wild. If the Raiders took him, that would be wild. I don't know if Raider fans would be happy about that.
No,
They
it's
might.
what's going to happen is Trent. Someone's going to trade back into the first round to get him.
Yeah. Yeah, so they would
They're not going
trade.
to take him.
Yeah. So the Raiders would like trade something to the Patriots probably to get if they wanted to come back there. Well, just kidding.
Yeah, it'll be
Ah.
interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah,
Oh, the Rams. The Rams too liked him too, didn't they? That was the other one. Remember the Rams said they were kind of
Yeah.
intrigued with them. I think he's going to go. I think he is going to go in the first round.
okay. Okay, so you got.
Could he
you
go
got-
could he go to the Saints? Did we talk about that? Could he end up going to the Saints?
Could be a guy that took him.
No, because I think Shedor's going to end up going to the Saints. If he
Okay,
doesn't
well
get-
then the Steelers maybe. I'm just saying. you
Dart
gotta
too.
take-
You have Dart.
Oh, yes.
If the Browns and the Giants take a QB, the trades could get crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If this comes out there and we know Titans are taking a QB, the Browns come out and take Shedeur, let's say, that 2 QBs, and Giants take who would the next guy be? Dart? I know they really like Dart. The coaches said they like Dart. If those
I don't think
they would be
I don't think
crazy.
Giants-
but- yeah.
Giants are taking Travis Hunter at 2. It's then what do the Browns
Yeah.
do at 3?
Yeah. So if Browns are at 2, and Titans take
Sorry.
QBs.
Browns are taking Hunter. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we end up getting 2 QBs taken off the board, those first 2 picks, and then the Jets take a QB, there might be some trading to get there to get that last guy. Because the Saints, I think, want a QB, and I also think other teams that could trade for a QB, maybe the Seahawks at 18.
The Steelers have
And
to take a
Steelers.
quarterback. So,
Yeah.
like, if it'll be interesting to
If
see. I think
Browns
the
and
Rams in the QB market too.
If Browns, Titans, and Giants, so if Titans, Browns, Giants, Jets, if 3 of those take QBs, there could be some wild trades here in the first round.
Here's why I don't think the Browns, the Giants take QBs, Trent, because they can draft a generational talent at that position.
Yeah.
And Travis Hunter, who can do both at the corner, wide receiver, whatever. He's a generational talent, probably. I mean, just when you put his talents combined. And then Abdul Carter, who's an absolute freak. And those 2 teams can both wait for next year, where the QB class next year is really good.
Yeah.
So it's a really good quarterback class the next couple of years. So next year for sure. I mean, you got Arch coming out next year. So it's a good, solid quarterback class. So I would be shocked if the Browns or Giants take quarterback.
Yeah. So Saints and Jets. Still, though, yeah, those other guys are probably going to do something. What I'm wondering is Jerry Jones does some crazy stuff. Not to bring this back to Cowboys. Is if Shedeur's available at 12, does he pull the trigger and kind of start that transition thing with Dak Prescott and Shedeur? I think Jerry Jones actually likes Shedeur. I know they want wide receivers, stuff like that. I really don't think this is happening, but you kind of get that thing where best player available, where you see something like that kind of with the Raiders with Brock Bowers. Not saying that Shedeur's similar at all to Brock Bowers, but I just feel like at that point it might be like, hey, this is a guy that's kind of high on our QB board and he's at 12. Is this a good spot? I don't know, even though
I love how you always say that, like, he's going to be like Jerry Jones is going to do something crazy. And like the craziest thing that he's done in most recent history is bring back McCarthy. Like the guy has not made any moves on making like legitimate players come. Like, what's his last drafted good player, Trent?
His last drafted good player, he drafted CeeDee Lamb.
Which is when?
He's drafted
4 years ago? Oh, no. That was, so when did he get CeeDee? 4 years ago?
I believe their tackle they have is pretty good that he got in the first round.
Okay, but I'm just saying it's not like he's making crazy moves on skilled players recently. Remember last year around this time, everyone thought he was going to be making a bunch of crazy moves. Literally didn't do squat.
Yeah. No, he's actually decent with first round talent on the drafts. He is pretty good, but outside of that,
I need to look that up. All right, let's.
No, I think
CeeDee
guys.
was 2020.
CeeDee
So
was
it was
2020.
2020. They got Diggs and Lamb in that class. The following year was Micah Parsons. The following year was
Okay.
they got Duran Bland and Ferguson in the 2022 draft.
Yeah,
So
they actually draft pretty decent. I don't know. The amount of Hall of Fame players Jerry Jones has drafted in the last 8 years and not done anything with is actually kind of remarkable.
What, to Phil's point, they don't really make any crazy. They don't do anything crazy.
Yeah, he'll probably just take best available guy there. He won't be like Shedeur would be crazy. That'd be wow factor.
So it's since 2020.
Like, he's not
CeeDee
even
Lamb, Micah Parsons, Tyler Smith, Mozzie Smith, Tyler.
Mozzie Smith was a huge bust. I don't think Moz, unless he's.
And then Leighton Vander Esch was in 2018, so I can't really talk trash there. Taco Charlton was in 2017.
Absolute bust.
And Ezekiel Elliott was in 2016. So I mean, I wouldn't say they had like a crazy first round draft picks over the last 10 years.
As crazy as this sounds, like the Bills need to pull like a Cowboys thing they did with how they got Zeke. They like need Josh Allen to like get injured this year, not play the whole season, and get like a top 3 pick next year and get like somebody crazy, get a top 5 pick. When the Cowboys got Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Romo got hurt that year, and they got Zeke like they had a top 6 pick or something.
But Trent, like, what do the Bills need? That, like, a receiver? I don't know.
If you could get if the Bills could have got something where like if they got that receiver out of Ohio
They got
State,
Travis Hunter. Yeah.
No, but if they got if this year, if Josh Allen got hurt and they get that wide receiver out of Ohio State, what's his name?
He's not draft eligible till the following year though.
Oh, he can't even play next year, but he'd be the number 1
He's a
recruit.
true freshman. He was a true freshman this past year.
Okay. Yeah. But just something like that is when you get that where it was just like that Cowboys team getting Zeke. A team like that shouldn't have got that high of a pick. But way
what's
too
the
much
next
Cowboys talk here. Sorry.
That was that's a lot. That was a lot there to take in. All right, second team to draft a wide receiver.
Phil acts like he
Utopia.
just got back from war, like he's getting PTSD. That was a lot to take in. Like he just stormed the beaches of Iwo Jima. Give me a break, brother. That was not that bad. That was a lot to take in. Just chill.
Hearing you break down things though is exhausting. I'll say that. Who's the second team to draft a wide receiver?
Are we counting Hunter as a wide receiver or not a wide receiver?
I was counting him as a wide receiver, Jordan, when I made
All right.
So I was counting. So yeah, second
Cowboys
one.
talk.
Say Cowboys.
Here we go, Cowboys. Make the end of the Cowboys.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say Panthers.
I just don't see it, but
Panthers at 8. Anyone else want to go someone else, or you guys all going Cowboys as second wide receiver?
I'm saying
I'm going Cowboys.
just to be a little bit different, I'm gonna say Saints.
No QB. That is definitely different.
The Saints are projected to pick up a wide receiver in some draft boards, just for what it's worth.
okay.
McMillan has been listed to the Saints multiple times, Jordan. Look it up, dude.
Yeah. You're looking at a mock draft from January, probably. All right, next one, Phil.
What? No, I'm not.
Trent. Yeah, you're on.
I'll just say this.
You're on Ask
I'm
Jeeves,
looking.
Phil.
Hey, hold on. If you're so convinced, okay, you're so convinced, I don't have to wager anything. No, 50 to 1 odds.
Yeah.
I give you $1. If
No.
Tara goes,
Let's up the ante. If he doesn't go, you have to leave the draft party and go to Seth's wedding reception.
I don't think
For
I'm
him to
wanted
renew his
there either.
vows.
I don't think I'm wanted there either. Jordan, 50 to 1
It's
odds.
never stopped you before.
What are we
50 to 1
thinking,
odds?
Jordan?
No.
Yeah, you're
50 to 1
making it
odds?
sound. Okay, what do you want then? 20 to 1?
What do you want me to like?
You are so convinced that the Saints are not going to take a wide receiver in the first. Do you want to bet on it?
Okay, how much are we betting?
I just said 21 odds, $20 you, $1 me.
Why would I make that bet, Phil? Like, how does that help me?
You are so convinced. We are so convinced. If you are so convinced that they are not doing it, put your money where your mouth is. 20 to 1. Let's
fine.
go.
Fine.
All right.
Take $3.
Handshake.
Thanks.
Virtual
I'll
handshake.
do it too. Virtual handshake. You would check that out on
Virtual
YouTube.
handshake.
TFF dudes. You
So
gotta
I don't
watch
shake
these
with my
episodes
left
on
hand, you
Spotify.
weirdo. Please use your right hand.
That was my right
to
hand.
shake. All right, let's move on here.
Right
20 to
to
1
left
bet, by
sometimes.
the way. Most drafted position in round 1.
I feel like this would be something defensive.
Oh,
And
and also
defensive end / edge. That's what I'm going with.
That seems pretty safe.
yeah, that seems legit. Yeah, it's a defensive end / edge. Okay,
I want to argue with that. I'll go. You can't really throw like offensive line and guards in the same thing. Like it's got to be.
Wait, so they
Yeah,
can't-
that's the favorite on the DraftKings Sport. Oh, so DraftKings Sportsbook, the total is over 8.5, and it's choose to the -250 on over 8.5. Defensive lineman / edges drafted in the first round.
I'm gonna go with that, Jordan. Is this our first pick that we've all agreed on?
sounds
I think so.
Yeah, that's disgusting. All right, yeah, I'm all right with you guys.
Broncos country. All right, last guy in the room. And when they say last guy in the room, is this guy going to be like the one watching as the confetti comes down? It's like, how annoying are those picks? Trent Jackson lost the NFC Championship game, and he's there watching the other team celebrate. Is that what we're talking about here? The last
Trent's
guy in the
crying
green
as
room
Utopia wins Best Picture.
in
a
the
perfect
fetal
world-
position.
In perfect world, Zootopia 2 and the Dallas Cowboys both win the same year. That would just I
Put,
wouldn't know
put
what
a
to do
buck
with
on
myself.
both. Put a buck on both, Trent.
Honest. Pay for a house if that hit. That's totally worth it.
Yeah, somewhere in the Midwest for sure.
Somewhere in the Midwest.
Yeah, maybe on the outskirts. Last guy in the room.
There might be a place in Traver for around that amount.
Yeah. Don't hate on
Goshen,
Traver.
maybe.
Yeah, no. Traver's way above Midwest. Last guy available. Phil, we
just
have
thought-
listeners in
if
Traver,
you
Phil.
live,
We
if
have
you listen
listeners
to-
in Traver. How dare you?
I would be more offended if I lived in the Midwest. Like, nothing against Traver, but there's some cool places out in the Midwest. Traver's not my ideal place. I'm not going to go there, and I don't know. You can't, name the best pizza place in Traver, Trent. That's my quote. That's my one.
Bravo Farms.
I don't even think they serve pizza
I
there.
bet they do. I bet they do. No,
All right.
Phil. Phil lived in Cascade and told everybody he lived in Burbank, and now he's throwing rocks at Traver. Maybe people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw rocks, Phil. How about that?
So first off, you mean Castaic. No, I didn't live in Castaic. I lived in Burbank. They're not even, they're like at least 45 minutes apart with no traffic.
I still believe that's what you said.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that is so stupid, Trent.
The guy asked
Couldn't just
questions
say
a
it's
couple
a nice
years ago
place.
if Aaron Rodgers played for the Raiders, if he would live in Parhump. And it's, you mean Parhump? Like, maybe learn how to read before you start reading names.
All right. Get out of here.
Last guy in the room. Oh,
At your draft party or this draft, like legitimate draft? Because I was going to name a couple guys.
I will let you be the last guy in the room. If it's just me and you, I'll just go to bed. I'm going to say, man.
It should be Milrow, Trent. If you don't think that he's gonna get
I
drafted,
think it's Milrow. Like everyone else is kind of a lock, right?
I'm trying to look, but
Malachi Stark, safety from Georgia. I think he'll go first round. Shamar Stewart, Texas A&M edge. Michael Williams, Georgia edge. I think all these D linemen go.
Golden. It could be Golden.
It could even be, oh yeah, I was going to say, what's his name? The wide receiver from Mizzou, but he's not going.
Yeah, I think it's Milrow. Like, even if I think he gets drafted in the late first round, I think it probably is Milrow.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going.
Oh, it could be this guy, Trent Booker, the guard from Alabama.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I definitely think it's between those two guys.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Imagine if
Milrow.
it's Shedeur. Crazy.
The NFL stage guys would be come up in arms.
Dion's son.
Okay.
You haven't seen that meme, Trent?
Beyond
When they retired, no, they retired their jerseys, and it says Travis Hunter, and then it says Dion's son.
I definitely saw it. No, I thought he said Beyond Son. I was trying to figure out why that was. I thought he was quoting Kicking and Screaming. My bad. Carry on.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Phil a little bit.
Good job, Beanball. Team most likely dead.
Dion's son had deer.
Seth, he was pretty decent at soccer too. I'll take
Wasn't
it.
bad. Beans had a
He
good role.
also
in that movie.
kicked his scream.
No, he didn't, did he? I thought he was like he probably made the All-Star team that year. I'll rep him.
Beans was on that
Yeah,
one too.
Dion's son.
He
As a-
was. That was a great show. That was a great movie.
Oh, great flick. Absolutely great flick. Everybody howl at the moon. I quote that way too much. Anyways.
And it's just you in your truck driving to work.
Oh no, me and my kids get after that one, man. It's my kids were at the park howling today. I was like, you know what? Probably doing this too much. But anyways, used to be a one-man wolf pack. Team most likely to blow this draft.
Cowboys.
Take that back.
No, I just said it because we've been beating on you a little bit. I will say probably the Seahawks. They have been just atrocious the last couple of years.
This isn't one we'll really know, but we'll kind of have our report cards.
His
for our
son was a
draft
good
recap.
pick.
No, the guy was arguing that Micah Parsons wasn't a good pick 5 minutes ago, Seth.
No,
just
I
totally
did not.
ignore what he's saying. What do the Cowboys normally do in the first round? I'm going to say Colts. Nothing would disappoint me more than like the Colts taking one of these top tight ends. That would just be absolutely terrible.
That's what
That's
they're
actually
going
a
to
good
do.
one,
They are going
Trent.
to get tight end.
Yeah. They might be the ones, Jordan, who take the guard you were talking about.
No way.
I don't know.
I'm going to go Raiders because they always seem to mess something up.
Like Raiders fans, if they don't take Shedeur or Genty,
Oh,
I
if
think
they do take Shedeur, that would be messing it up big time.
I know, but I'm just saying Raider fans in general, like those are probably the two guys they want. Like even if Shedeur is messing it up, like those are the two guys they want. I think Tom Brady's basically making this pick, and I think he's going to go Genty. That's what I'm kind of thinking. And even if Gentie's there, they can't pass on him.
Trent, yeah.
What were you saying, buddy?
No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
No. Just looking at, I saw something about quarterbacks here. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm still there's only 2 QBs who've been drafted in the first round with like super low completion percentages. I can't find it. But the 2 like lowest the 2 QBs with the lowest
Anthony
passing
Richardson.
completions ever in college are on the same team. It's Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones. Ooh, I can't find the absolute stat on that. I had it bookmarked somewhere. I can't find it, but yeah, they have them both on the same roster right now. Just going back to Colt screwing this thing up. What do we have next, Phil?
All right. You had that listed 3 times for some reason.
Oh, I was a little drag there.
Will the last pick of the first round be an offensive or defensive player?
Eagles, I'm going to say
Offense.
defense for the Eagles.
Offense.
I'm going offense as well.
Okay.
So everyone said offense but Trent.
Because it's a prime like trade candidate. Trades
That's
up in the
true.
first round.
Oops. Sorry, I wrote in your.
Okay. And that is all we have there for our little draft guide there. Let me know what you guys think of that. Thought it was kind of some fun questions that we could discuss.
Yeah, it was
there.
a good one.
Yeah. Huddle. So I said I was going to give some love to short kings. And so Willie Lampkin, Phil, center, played at North Carolina this year. He is 5'10". He is the 10th rated center by
Not short.
The Athletic. For a center, it's very short. I don't know if I've ever
Yeah,
seen a
but-
shorter offensive lineman. So and I said that's still tall for the pod's sake. So he's 5'10". I just thought that was a little short king story there. He's not Deuce Vaughn by any means, but here was my other thing, Jordan, with the short king, is everyone's talking about the New England Patriots taking Will Campbell, correct? That's his name, the left tackle at LSU. Yeah. So Will Campbell's 6'6". His wingspan is 77 3/8. Willie Lampkin actually has a longer wingspan. He's 78.5 inches. So
Really?
Yeah, his long arms.
yeah,
Long
so
arm.
it kind of explains why he's done as good as he did. He played at Coastal Carolina, ended up transferring to North Carolina. They weren't really thinking he'd be the starter. Ends up starting, winning the job there. Got invited to the Senior Bowl late. Almost quit playing football his junior year to focus on high school wrestling because he thought he had a better opportunity to do college wrestling than football. Kind of cool. No one thinks that Willie Lumpkin's going to start, but they think he could be a solid fill-in. But yeah, 5'10". Seriously, some long arms for someone with 5'10". That might be a world record, honestly, for a 5'10" guy. But
The other thing too is like center is probably the only position on the offensive line that you could just be a touch shorter, right?
yeah,
Would
but
you say?
yeah, but that's usually 6'6'1".
Oh,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
for sure. No,
like
no, I
we
don't dispute
found
it.
the center that the Cardinals should reach on. Kyler Murray's like field view
Yeah.
would open up just a little bit, and I still think he's shorter than that. But that would be that'd be a nice passing lane for Kyler Murray and the Cardinals if they could get old
Yeah.
Lumpkin over there over the middle and just keep him in shotgun. And he's got those longer arms than Will Campbell. I think he's our short king of the draft. I think we gotta go with it, even though it's 5'10", not necessarily a short king.
With that
But
long
Phil-
of arms, it's not even a shotgun.
Hold
You're not even
on,
passing
Trent.
it. You're just basically
Trent.
handing it
You're
back.
giving
What?
us fake news. You're giving us
What
fake news.
did the Athletic on the Beast just get this totally wrong?
Will Campbell measured 33 inches or 32 and 5/8 inches at the NFL Combine, his arm length. And Willie Lampkin, arm length or wingspan?
Wingspan.
Oh, I thought you wanted a wing. Okay. I thought you wanted arm length.
Which still might be the same thing, but yeah, I just went off wingspan.
32 inches. So he is slightly, Will Campbell only has like an inch longer
Yeah.
arms.
But usually,
That's
yeah,
still
but-
crazy though.
for-
That's
yeah,
still
for 6'6" and 5'10" is
yeah, no,
close
that
to
shouldn't be comparable. Like, I don't, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the only thing. So, yeah, so the guy does have, if those two guys could combine, they might be #1 overall pick. You know what I'm saying? But even I think at 6'6", I don't know if that's that long of a wingspan for those guys. But Yeah.
No, he has a shorter wingspan than his height. That's not good. Like you want to
Yeah.
have.
And that's
Well,
why everyone's
at least
bashing that
same.
pick. And guys are like, maybe the
Yeah.
Patriots don't take him because of that. I don't know. Because going back to Patriots coach Vrabel, he's coming from Titans where they had Taylor Lewan, and it's just like that was kind of your ideal highest paid left tackle at the time. Now you're going to a guy that has short arms that did dominate in the SEC, but it is a short armed 6'6" guy. He passes the height test, but yeah. And then next thing I have on here, did you know that Luther Burden and Jamison Williams were on the same high school football team? Can you imagine going to those games? Luther Burden was a freshman when JMO was a senior, but talk about some crazy, it's a loaded high school offense. So a little private school action in St. Louis. So that was some of that I thought was kind of cool. I like to kind of comb through the beast on the Athletic and get some fun little facts like that. And that's kind of all I have for the huddle, unless there's something else that Phil wants to bring up about air frying steaks or how to make Jiffy popcorn over a fire or something crazy. But
I can't do that. I can't get behind that trend. I think that was I know you're a TikTok guy, Trent. I'm not on TikTok, but air fryer steaks was like a thing, wasn't it? On TikTok?
It is, and I still kind of see it. I haven't done it, but it doesn't look terrible. It looks okay from what I've seen. So I think you have a frozen steak.
Well, I feel like Jordan might be. This is not me hating Jordan, but like you've probably thrown a steak or other meat items into the air fryer. I know you've done chicken with some like Taco Bell sauce one time.
I've done
chicken. I've done steak.
I've done chicken in the air fryer. It wasn't bad.
Chicken, fish, and I've done ribs before too. Like a rack of ribs from like the store. And I do like
ribs wild
too.
Oh, hot wings is fun.
Hey, wings are good in the air fryer.
And wings too.
Wings, you can't almost go wrong with them. Go in there, shaking every once in a while.
Hey, the ribs are good in the air fryer, Phil.
You just got them to that temp.
Yeah, I could
see
that.
Here's the thing, like, yeah, it was like already marinated and everything from the store, so I just threw them in the air fryer.
What is the craziest thing you've air fryed, Jordan?
Nothing.
Oatmeal
that crazy.
cookies.
Nothing that.
No.
I'm trying to think. I haven't used mine in a while, but yeah, what do you do? A lot of mozzarella sticks, wings, stuff like that. Nothing crazy. Like there's some crazy stuff you could do.
I haven't. That's such a good segue though into the frozen foods. Like I have. Maybe we should just get into it. But the mozzarella sticks. I've wanted some mozzarella sticks really bad recently. But are you a marinara or are you a ranch mozzarella dipper?
I am a ranch dipper, which I actually over the weekend we were at a ranch. I had some little ranch packet of the powder, made it myself. We also didn't have sour cream. I used some
Greek yogurt,
and the ranch turned out really well. I was shocked. It was like Friday night, about to go to the car show. We had frozen pizza that from Walmart is really good. That chicken one, it's a really good frozen pizza. It's got the cheese-filled crust. I know I got Jordan onto that one. Hard to beat for $7. It had no ranch. It was emergency, and I just had to see what I could do and scrap around the pantry, and turned out really well. I'll definitely do that again, probably.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like it.
I have frozen food Mount Rushmore. So I think Costco is actually going to play a key part in this for most guys. Seth, are you a guy that does a lot of, you grow up with like microwave foods or no? And that's how I'm kind of looking at it. I'm not looking at desserts. Is anyone else think that?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like one of those things where I eat that as like my meal. If it was like, hey, I'm hungry and I'm watching a movie at 10 p.m., I'm going to go get so-and-so out of the fridge. Or, hey, it's 3 p.m., it's between lunch and dinner. I'm hungry. I'm going to go get this out of the fridge or out of the freezer.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. I'll go first here. I'm going to go frozen pizza because I think there are some good frozen pizzas. I am going to go Costco lasagna. Those are pretty good. If you're in a pinch, work pretty good. You can feed a lot of people with those.
Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong.
Number 3 on my list, I'm going to go mozzarella sticks. And last on my list, I'm going to go with, I'm having to dig it. I'm going to teriyaki bowls. Boom, right there. Don't have those.
Where do you get those?
I've seen them at Costco before. I've seen them. It's been
Yeah,
a long
they're
time since I've had
Costco.
them.
I haven't had them in a long time. They may not do them anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're pretty good. Jack in the Box, it's kind of hit or miss if they have the teriyaki bowls. That'd be another Mount
Pretty
Rushmore
good.
that'd be good as fast food things fast food companies need to bring back. So I'm going to go pizza, Costco, lasagna. What'd I just say right there? I said teriyaki bowls. And what was my other one? I had one more right there. Thanks.
Mozzarella sticks.
Mozzarella
Come on.
sticks. Okay. Wings was my runner up. Phil, do you have something here? Or actually, let's have Phil go last. Jordan, what do you have here?
So I got chicken bakes from Costco,
Solid.
number
All
one.
right.
The
Power move.
Kirkland chicken bakes. I got taquitos.
Oh,
that's
a huge
that's a
miss
great
on
one.
my part.
So chicken bakes, taquitos, White Castle cheeseburgers.
I haven't had those.
Okay. Okay.
Good in the air fryer too. Good in the air fryer. Man, I'm gonna go.
Jordan's putting together a good list, but he's also a batch. These are like
Also, like
things
grew up on frozen food too.
No,
So,
yeah.
Okay.
Man, those
Dumplings.
turkey chicken bowls were good. No,
Dumplings aren't bad. Dumplings aren't bad. That would be a decent one.
I'm gonna go with the frozen pizza. That's a newer one for me. I didn't eat a lot of frozen pizza growing up, but
So you
that's
said you
been a
grew up
newer
on
thing.
frozen foods? You grew up on frozen foods, but frozen pizza was not
Your
one of them?
mom's maiden name's dessert.
No,
So I figured you would have had a ton of that.
no, because like frozen pizza, we just
Yeah.
no, you didn't eat frozen pizza growing
It's-
up. But
no,
I
that-
like those. The ones from Walmart are really good. The chicken one is
I
really
don't
good.
even know
from
what that
Walmart.
brand is. Is it their own? It's like
The
city.
Walmart brand.
Please tell me it, like the crust is not made of chicken, right?
No, it's cheese-filled crust, Phil. It's very good.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They do a nice job. Seth, what are you thinking here? I'm sure you got like Eggo waffles or something.
No, I'm definitely going
Toaster
frozen
strudel.
pizza here. Why would you put those in a freezer? I'm going Hot Pocket.
Solid. They're
Okay.
usually too
Okay.
hot or too cold,
Um,
though, with my experience.
Yeah, there's a trick, but you guys obviously don't know that one. Then I'm gonna
Enlighten us. What's the trick?
you just gotta poke some holes in it and it evens it out.
Okay. Thank you. You might have just saved
And
a
then
life
I'm
right
gonna-
there, Seth.
Yep. And then I'm also gonna go. I don't even know what they're called, but they're like it's like Costco's brand of chicken nuggets, like frozen
Oh,
chicken
yes,
nuggets.
that-
That's what I meant to
Yeah.
have. Those are amazing.
They're like the
Those
knockoff
are-
Bear chicken nuggets.
I
With their
even have it
Kirkland,
written
yeah,
down
they're
on here. Kirkland sign signature grilled chicken strips. Very good.
Yeah, it's something like that. And I just like eating with the Chick-fil-A sauce. Oh man, it's amazing.
But you're
Oh, yeah.
saying the
And
crispy
that
ones,
one
right? Seth?
more. Yeah, the crispy ones.
Oh no, those are really
like
good.
the one with bread, the breaded ones.
Yeah.
And then for my last one, I think I'm gonna go. I mean, I think I'm gonna go Costco's chicken pot pie.
Oh, Seth, that's not a bad one.
See,
Yeah.
I probably have my wife scratch chicken pot pie more than I have store-bought chicken pot pie, but my wife has a chicken pot pie casserole. That's pretty good.
Yeah, those are good. Those are good. Those are delicious. Did
Batting
you ever eat
cleanup.
those Hungry Man? You never those hungry tin?
I always
Man
wanted
TV
those,
dinners.
and my mom's, we're not going to have TV dinners, but I always wanted a Hungry Man. The commercials look good. What about you, Phil?
I think every once in a while I would beg my mom enough, and she'd be like, "Okay, you could have one," and then I would just make it on like a weekend or something like
You
that.
grew up getting Lunchables, Phil?
Not really, actually. Not really
That
a
was
lunch
something-
family.
I always wanted, and it was just like, we can make that at home. So we didn't really. Yeah.
I was a PB&J guy. Every single day at lunch, PB&J. I
Oh.
was like,
I was a big PB&J guy.
Yeah.
nothing wrong with a good PB&J, dude.
Yeah. Surprised no one said Uncrustables on here. That was a miss, probably, right?
Yeah.
but
Okay,
you don't
so
always have to freeze those.
true.
That's true.
So hear me out. There's flautas at Costco. They have like chicken, corn, beans, and like a little bit of sauce inside them. They have a little bit of a spicy kick. Those are they're like taquitos, but they're flour tortillas, right? Those Costco things are the absolute best. If you see them, buy them. Absolutely, they need to be on the Mount Rushmore of frozen foods. They're so versatile. You can cut them in half. Multiple people can enjoy them. I'm usually, if I have those at a party, I'm sitting right next to that little
And you're
circular
not
dish and just
sharing.
going to
You're not sharing. If
I'm
they're
not
cut in half,
sharing.
you're double fisting.
dip them in salsa, dip them in nacho cheese, whatever makes sense there. Absolutely do it. The flautas at Whole Foods. Okay, hear me out.
Oh, you said
Wings.
Whole Foods and you said Costco.
Sorry,
Two-
Costco.
Okay.
Then the next thing, hear me out. Trader Joe's has these frozen buffalo wings that absolutely slap. You throw them in the microwave. They come in like a pound pack. They're like $5.99. It comes with 8 wings or whatever it is. Throw those in the oven for 20-25 minutes. Absolutely money. So frozen wings, frozen flautas. The next thing that I absolutely have to go with a frozen pizza. A take-home to-go pizza. Cheese in the crust is always good. I really like the, gosh, I can't remember the brand. They are sold at Whole Foods, but there's nothing
Motor
wrong with
City?
a frozen pizza. What's that? Motor
Motor
City?
City,
Oh,
Red Baron.
the ones at Costco. There's some
Yeah.
there's some good ones at Costco's that are pretty good that are like Detroit style. I remember we had a family friend and they had this awesome. They were a big frozen pizza family. We were a big frozen pizza family, and they bought this like little device that you probably got on what's that channel where they sell like little knickknacks?
Yes.
Not
No, that's a good-
HGTV.
No,
Yeah.
that's
You know what I'm
a good
talking about?
channel. Yeah, oh yeah. That was
Yeah. Anyhow,
It had the
this is
perfect
a pizza-
pancake and all
stuff.
for early 2000s kids.
Yeah, QVC.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Anyhow, they had a little product that you would put a frozen pizza on it and it would just turn and it would heat it up slowly. And that thing, you'd set a timer, took it like 20-30 minutes. That made it feel like you were going to your local joint and getting a pizza. They bought it for us. We probably put at least 1,000 pies on that thing over the lifetime of it. That thing was an absolute workhorse in my anywhere from
This is a lot of
junior
pies.
high.
It'd
junior high
probably
to
still be
college, you
kicking
know?
too if you still had it.
Oh, it's made with American parts, baby. Made in America.
You don't know that. You don't know. That's
No.
blasphemy.
I'm pretty sure Henry Ford was like the godfather.
Oh,
of
what
this
is your
pizza
fourth
maker.
one? You have talked about this for. What's
The
your
guy's
fourth
so
one?
sad about his this
I
thing
will
that no one
say-
really knows what it is. Feels I grew up. I always wanted one of those gas station hot dog cookers in my bedroom. It's okay, man. Thanks. It's cool.
I will say I gotta agree with Seth here. Like those chicken nuggets, the crispy chicken nuggets from Costco. You throw those on some barbecue. Yeah, actually, so I'm kind of struggling here. I also really love some tater tots. I'm a huge tater tot guy.
Do you
I
see
love
why I
some
had to
tater
go last,
tots.
Jordan?
Throw some tater tots into a breakfast burrito.
Dip, yeah,
Fantastic.
spread some shredded cheese
So,
on there.
I'm torn. I'd say crispy chicken, but yeah, they're a little. The tater tots are definitely up there. Mozzarella sticks are definitely up there. Jordan the Newcastle, like I remember coming home. From Christmas break, my dad would be like, "Hey boys, like when we came home from college or in high school, Christmas break, my dad would just load the freezer with frozen food, and my brother and I would just go to town." And it was right in that weird stage, Trent, where it was like after the Zinkin, but before the Doc Buchanan, and you were just going to absolute ham town on all of the frozen foods. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Were you one of those tornado guys where you could like you know what I'm talking about? I feel like no one said those frozen chimichangas, the like Monterey's. I feel like those are
Oh, those are good. Yeah, those are good. They're
I
better
think,
from Sal's though, homemade.
Pizza rolls. Pizza rolls are
Pizza
good
rolls.
too.
Yeah,
Pizza
no
rolls.
bagel bites on this list.
Hey,
That's good.
Bagel bites.
The other one, it's a breakfast one, but toaster strudels.
Yeah.
I said that earlier, and Seth mocked me. He said, "Who puts
didn't
those in the
say that.
freezer?"
Really?
Yes, I
Yes,
I
did.
don't know why you put them in the freezer.
You got to go in the freezer. They go in the freezer.
Seth eats them raw.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Did you put them in the microwave or not the microwave, the toaster?
Yeah. Usually frozen food.
Yeah,
you
but
don't
they go in the-
freeze it, Seth.
Yeah, but they go in the freezer.
Yeah, but isn't like Pop Tarts? You can just leave them in the package until you.
Hey. Frozen. So Pop Tarts.
Absolutely not.
Eating frozen Pop Tarts. It says on the back of the box, it's very good. Don't sleep on it. It has ways to eat those on the box, on the instructions. Don't bash me. I didn't come up with it.
I
Frozen
will
Pop
say
Tarts are pretty
the
good.
worst frozen foods are the breakfast burritos. Those Jimmy John breakfast burritos. The sandwiches are entirely different, but those breakfast burritos from Jimmy, like those frozen ones, terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Never had them.
But have you had them, Jordan?
No, but I just don't look appealing to me
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, they're not good.
Phil probably saw a commercial in QVC and begged his parents to get it. So they tried them one time and then they felt bad. So they weren't.
Dude, I absolutely loved. I still to this day love frozen food. It's 10 p.m. and I'm feeling saucy. Sometimes I'll sneak some chicken nuggets.
He might do it right now. No, we got some frozen
Feeling
wings at
dangerous.
work that someone bought, and I've just stare at those every day at around 3:00.
You've become their adopted parent.
Yeah, work
Yeah, it's weird. I'll go
freezers
in the
like
kitchen and Trent's just standing there with the freezer door open.
drooling. All
Yeah.
right. I think that kind of does it, guys. I don't know. We'll have our draft.
Did we miss
recap.
anything? Did we miss
I
anything?
don't
I'm trying
think
to
we
think
missed
here.
anything. Yeah. There were no stones left unturned here. Just while you're thinking about this, just imagine life before microwaves and freezers. What will we be like? You know what I'm saying? Like my
True.
grandpa told me they used to drop their meat off at the local locker, and that's where they'd keep their food so it'd stay cold growing up. Like, sounds
Really?
terrible. Yeah. So anyways, guys, Frozen, do me a favor, have a bagel bite on us, pizza roll, something like that. Remember, don't be rude, share the dude. Share this with a friend if you enjoyed it, if you laughed at it. If you disagreed with it, we don't care. Give us a sub. See you next week. And as always, guys, take care.